The best team won. Not the best team in the country because a glance at the league table suggests that has not changed, but certainly the best team on the day. Ignore the closeness of the scoreline. Liverpool were 4-1 up going into the 84th minute, and were not flattered in the least by that margin. They took the game to Manchester City, rattled and hassled them, like no other Premier League team this season. And in a period of 8 minutes in the second half they took the champions-elect and Pep Guardiola's methodology apart. Will he change? Of course not. This is Manchester City's first defeat of the campaign. Why should he? Yet there will be no invincible season and, 8 months from now, maybe more managers will set up to try to City-proof their tactics. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool held on for a nervy 4-3 win over Manchester City despite a late surge from the visitors at Anfield. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain put Liverpool ahead when he unleashed a shot from outside the box. Ederson couldn't reach it. Leroy Sane then put the visitors level when he skipped into the box and, from a narrow angle, fired it in at the near post. Roberto Firmino restored the lead following the break when he deftly chipped over Ederson after out-muscling John Stones. A thunderbolt then from Sadio Mane, just 3 minutes after Firmino's strike, then gave the Reds a 2-goal cushion, but it was Mo Salah, who found the net from 35 yards after an awful clearance from Ederson, who put the tie beyond all doubt. Bernardo Silva scored what appeared to be a consolation goal when he was found in space 7 minutes from time. Ilkay Gundogan then sent pulses racing when he netted in stoppage time, but it wasn't to be for City on Sunday. One problem: Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool are absolutely the best at this. The high press, denying defenders the time or comfort of playing out the back. The sheer urgency of their transition play. Remember Claudio Ranieri's Leicester, at their peak? There is no higher compliment than to say Liverpool reminded of that, but perhaps with greater finesse. Pressing from another planet, Klopp called it, and he was right. Liverpool were absolutely superb, restricting Manchester City to just 4 shots on target. That City scored 3 goals may be a worry for Klopp, but the return of Virgil van Dijk missing on Sunday should shore them up. Without doubt, this was a hugely positive afternoon for Liverpool. City may have got away from them, and everybody else, this season, but a year from now, who knows? Between the 60th and 68th minutes, Manchester City were dismantled. Liverpool scored 3 goals and hit a post through Sadio Mane in that time. In the 5 minutes before, Ederson Moraes made 2 excellent saves. It was an outstanding period of sustained pressure and focus, not least because Manchester City had started the half well, and had hit the bar through a header by Nicolas Otamendi. Rival managers Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, who once managed the biggest derby in Germany, meet ahead of the game. Oxlade-Chamberlain took 9 minutes to put the hosts into the lead at Anfield after his low drive was sent into the far corner. City's defenders watch on as their Brazilian goalkeeper dives low to his right, but the ball remains out of reach. The 24-year-old runs away to the Anfield faithful after seeing the ball hit the back of the net as Mo Salah beams at the goal. Klopp turns to the crowd and pumps his fists as the supporters rise out of their seats to celebrate the opening goal. City look to hit back straight away as striker Sergio Aguero is just inches away from latching onto Raheem Sterling's cross. The visitors' left back Fabian Delph receives medical treatment after sustaining an injury to his right knee. After 25 minutes after briefly carrying on, the Englishman decided the injury was too much and signalled to the bench for a substitution. Loris Karius, who kept his place following the win over Everton in the FA Cup, thwarts City's attack as he collects a cross. Had that gone in, maybe the outcome would have been different. City would have grown in confidence as they have on going behind in several matches in this campaign. Liverpool's legs would have grown heavier with effort. Yet City didn't catch the break, and Liverpool capitalised. Mohamed Salah had a powerful shot saved by Ederson, who smothered an effort by Oxlade-Chamberlain a minute later. Yet what happened next will resonate throughout football, even if, by May, it may seem of little consequence. Liverpool scored and scored and scored again. In doing so, they inflicted more damage on City and Guardiola than the rest of their Premier League rivals put together this season. It is no exaggeration to say they showed the rest of the league how to do it. Manchester United, Chelsea, all those teams that have been made to look second best by City should be a little red-faced on Monday morning. Why couldn't they do this, even a semblance of it? But it was Sane who eventually made a City attack count, dribbling well into the box before smashing an unstoppable shot. The shot came from a tight angle, but Liverpool's German goalkeeper Loris Karius was unable to keep it out. The Germany international peels away with his arms spread in celebration as City get back on terms before the break. Sergio Aguero looks to create an opening after the break as City try to get themselves into the lead at Anfield. Firmino challenges Danilo in the air, but City's Brazilian defender does enough to win the header on the halfway line. By the end, players that had previously conceded just 5 times away from home in the Premier League were made to look skittish and physically soft. Weaknesses it was thought had been shaken off since last summer returned. Frailties surfaced and were exploited beautifully. John Stones, Otamendi, Ederson, the trio key to City's defensive resurgence, were all bullied and harassed into mistakes. It was a stunning display by Klopp's team. "We've won it 5 times, the locals like to sing of their European triumphs, and that is coincidentally the number of times Klopp has now defeated Guardiola. One more than Mourinho, despite playing in different leagues for much of his coaching career, but few other victories will give him the pleasure of this.